There are certain things that we see that we just can't shake or forget about. More often than not, it's some big beastie that's trying to eat your brain through your eye sockets. Rolling in 3, 2. So this is my note of the top 10 creatures that I've come across. Please note this is my list and it's my opinion, and I haven't seen every scary thing out there. So if you think of something that I should take notice of, please let me know in the comments down below. All right, so without further delay, here's my list of those things that I'd take a flamethrower to and annihilate with a giant smile on my face any day of the week. Number 10. So when The Evil Within was first introduced to the mass public, it was presented as a survival horror game, something akin to the original Resident Evil or Silent Hills, and I was pumped for it. I even remember an interview with one of the lead devs saying that those who pre-ordered would be given a first aid kit as well as several other minor things that he claimed would be quote-unquote immensely helpful. I was expecting the worst when I started the game, and this thing was there at the beginning. This thing wants you to be nothing more than bloody ribbons. You were powerless against it. And this is just my own thinking that after the showdown with this thing, the game goes downhill fast. So much so that I just look at the game as a joke if it's supposed to be survival horror. But for the first few hours, I'll admit, I was on edge and ready for this bastard to charge at me. So imagine my disappointment when we were actually forced to kill it, making me realize that it was just a super strong creature, which is exactly like the next entry. Number 9. So for the first Fallout game that I ever played was New Vegas. I was overjoyed with the game despite all the bugs. Now while I was traversing across the wasteland, I was pretty much decimating everything I came across. It wasn't until I accidentally stumbled into somewhere that I realized that how dangerous a wasteland could be. Came across the pack of 3 Deathclaws, and instantly I knew I was in a place I wasn't supposed to be. Before I had the chance to run away, they noticed me and chased me down, killing me so fast I didn't even realize what happened. From that moment on, whenever I see a Deathclaw in any of the Fallout games, my inner monologue is, fuck, 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 fuck! Couldn't help but feel powerless, as they are at the top of the food chain. Speaking of powerless. Number 8. Alright, this entry is on the list because I just want to give credit to the geniuses who worked on this game, and Pyramid Head is a linchpin in how powerful Silent Hill 2 is. Pyramid Head is a fantastic symbol, just shows how twisted a person's psyche can be. Since he was a reflection of one of James's twisted and repressed desires, Pyramid Head is a testament to how powerful Silent Hill was in its prime. Times before the dark times, times that no one wants to face. Speaking of facing things. Number 7. Alright, yes, these two are from different mediums, 2 different franchises, but you can't deny that if you treat both of these the same way, you're safe-ish. Both of these creatures wait until you blink to charge and kill you. The moment you look at them, they remain in place. You can't stare at them forever. Both remind a person that they aren't in full control of their body. Your eyes will do whatever they want, and you have to blink eventually. So let's just press on to number 6. Number 6. Alright, so these two are tied for me as equally terrifying entries in Ocarina of Time. Now most people would say that the thing at the bottom of the well is far more terrifying. And if we're looking at designs, yeah. But when I was playing, I was fully aware that I was about to enter a boss room, so I was ready for whatever popped up. However, when the undead first showed up, I had no idea what was going to happen. I wasn't expecting it, and I wasn't ready for it to wreck my ship by literally devouring my head. I was legitimately scared of the undead when I was a kid and they popped up when I was playing. I knew they'd leap on me and try to make my brains their afternoon snack. Surprisingly, not the only thing on my list that wants to eat my brains. Number 5. Fuck these things. I mean, look at it. I was a kid when I saw this movie, so for the longest time, I legitimately thought that scarab beetles did this. Made me very wary of insects from that point forward. Even so far as laying the groundwork for a later entry to terrify me. Creepy crawly entry. But on the scarabs, I always feared that I wouldn't be able to stop these things before they reached my head. But if scarabs did do that, I would like to take an entire box full of those bastards and just let them to deal with these heads. Number 4. When I was a kid, me and my cousin would play games together frequently, but when I was 10, there was just one game that I watched my cousin play, and there was one moment that I lost my shit. When I saw the first zombie he killed jump back to life and was able to follow you throughout the mansion. A feat neither of us were ready for, and it made such short work of him. From that moment on, I wasn't able to watch him because I figured out that all the zombies were capable of coming back as a Crimson Head, and soon enough, the mansion would be overrun with those dicks. Though I'd rather take on a mansion full of Crimson Heads than deal with one of these things in real life. Number 3. While I was married, my wife found something that terrified me. That she and my best friend would play every once in a while just to creep me the fuck out. Giant centipedes. I hate the normal sized version of these fuckers. So when I saw that somebody decided to make centipedes that large, I think I suffered a heart attack. Nothing would make my heart pump faster for a long time. Number 2. This was actually recent, and it actually terrified me. When I was playing the game Home Sweet Home, I came across this bitch. And while her design wasn't anything special, when she opened up her mouth, whenever I hear that scream, I still feel my pulse race. Maybe one day I'll make a video explaining the difference between visual and oral scares and how they affect the player. But this is definitely a case where I was affected by just the sounds it made. It could look like whatever the fuck I wanted to, but if it had that scream, I'm gone. All right, so before we get to the biggest, baddest beastie, let's take a look at honorable mentions. Slender Man. I couldn't put Slendy on the list because he never really scared me. In fact, he always fascinated me, even from the beginning. So I just viewed him for what he was, an internet gimmick, but a fascinating one at that. I've read countless creepypastas, and I just love to see those things still in circulation, despite Slendy not being that relevant anymore. All right, so with the entire list of monsters so far, I'd rather go toe-to-toe with any of them. Fuck it, I'd rather face them all head-on if it meant I never had to face. Number 1. Xenomorphs and facehuggers. First time I heard of xenomorphs and facehuggers was in a bedtime story my dad told. Obviously, the way he described them, he made them far less terrifying than what they are. So a few years passed and me and my friends decided to rent the film Alien. And from that moment on, I've been scared of these things ever since. To me, what makes these things so scary is how they've evolved into such a resilient and dominant species. Facehugger is just horrifying. Treat your body like an egg sack, just growing that infant inside of you. Then when it was ready, the xenomorph played its role as a chest buster and ran away. Oh yes, it only takes a xenomorph a couple of hours to grow from this to this. I saw advanced technology fail to destroy this one thing. That one thing. Then it occurred to me that these aliens had the potential to massively multiply while simultaneously preying on the human race. If I ever saw one of these things in real life, I'd rather puss out like a bitch and deliver a bullet to my head before fighting these things, just because of how futile I think it would be. It made me fear what could possibly be out in the deep reaches of space and how weak humans are as a species. I know the xenomorphs could be out there, just waiting for their moment, lurking, hunting. So, for all of you out there calling me either paranoid or a big bitch baby, let me just tell you something. The xenomorphs are actually based on a deep sea creature. It's closer to reality than it is fiction. All right, so that's my list of top 10 creatures. And as reluctant as I am to say it, if you know of anything more terrifying, let me know down in the comments below. So thank you, everybody, for watching. If you have anything you want to say, make sure it's in the comments below. And thank you for staying weird.